Some of us, even in this room, have been trying to wake up the American church to the home for about 30 years, and the American church has always rolled over and said, "Don't bother me." I want to say to those guys and to everyone else that cares about this issue, you being in this room these days is the church waking up. It has finally happened by God's grace, and we are about to take off on the journey of our lives. I'm telling you we are. I can't talk about that any longer or I'm going to tear up. This is a significant moment in the history of the church. Now, friends and neighbors, I want to ask you a very interesting question. If secular people want kids that will be financially successful, have a reasonably happy home someday, and be, good, moral, upstanding people, what do the parents in your church want that is different than that? In fact, for some of your parents, would it be enough for them to say, well, of course, I want to add to that list going to church on Sunday. Yes, sirree, want to see them in the house of God on a Sunday morning. Would that be enough difference to satisfy you? What do you really, really want to see in the children in your church? Much more specifically, what do you want to see in your own children, or if you do not have your own children, in your nieces and nephews and all kinds of other children that are important in your life? What are you really hoping to see? This is a fundamental issue. Pastors, discipleship pastors, this whole issue of discipling people through the home is going to bring to the forefront what really is the spiritual condition of mom and dad. I want to ask you, what is the single most important thing you can do as a church to get kids that embrace Christ for a lifetime? What is the single most important thing you can do to get kids who would embrace Christ, the true Christ, for a lifetime? Well, watch me. Look, take your eyes off the screen and look at me. The most important thing you can do is to take mom and dad into the throne room and allow them to begin worshiping the Son of God enthroned on high, and teach them how to adore His majesty while they are enjoying intimacy with Him, and then allow them to experience the thrill of leaving that place to join Him in making disciples of all peoples. And when mom and dad begin doing that, guess what? Second graders are going to start doing that, and seniors in high school are going to start doing that. Right after high school, my son said, "Dad, I want to go to South Africa. I want to help AIDS people. I want to take care of their suffering. I'd like to go into the schools and challenge young people to not get sick and die. And I want to just tell people about Jesus." So he left for 4.5 months. And there was risk. They broke into his apartment, stole everything, could have killed him. So don't you know, just being a dad, when I go out to DFW Airport to pick up my son after 4.5 months, I'm telling you, the first moment I saw him coming up the concourse, it touched something in me. But the tears that I shed were not necessarily for Clayton. It is because of something else that came to my mind at that very moment. 40 days after the resurrection, on the day of the ascension, God in heaven stood up. And He stood up because His Son was walking back in. Not from South Africa. His Son was walking back in from winning the salvation of all mankind. And the Father stood up and said, "Son, be enthroned at my right hand. You take the position of honor and respect and power. I will put the symbol of all authority in your hand." Do the parents in your church know that? Oh, my friends, this is my challenge to you this morning. The beginning of an awakening to Christ in your church is you. It's you. It is you this morning saying, "I don't know how I haven't been thinking about some of this in the hotel this morning. I'm not sure my prayer really was directed toward a king." But you see, if the awakening begins with you, if the thrill of who the Son of God truly is becomes real to you, it begins to permeate your life and your worship. and then you stand before the parents, they're going to get it. They're going to get it in a way that they can take it home and reveal that to their children. If faith is going to move from one generation to next, it's got to go through something. There is a vehicle, there is a conduit that carries that faith. Scripture and all research is abundantly clear. The conduit is a relationship. It is the nature of the relationship I have with one of my sons or one of my daughters that primarily determines whether my faith will move easily to that particular child. I think there are worlds of children, preschoolers, and teenagers that have an emotional injury, a scar in their lives because of things that have happened in their home. And until that is addressed, there isn't a pipe to carry a vibrant faith to them. Do you know what I think? I think if mom and dad wake up to who the Son of God really is, and we show them through restored relationships how to create that conduit so that their faith flows easily to their children, and daily and weekly and monthly and yearly that they are accepting these challenges to do specific things in spiritual development. Do you know what I think the result of that's going to be? I think we are going to see teenagers graduating out of our youth groups and churches, and they are going to embrace the Son of God the rest of their lives, and they are going to spend all of their lives on mission with Him, bringing His kingdom on earth.